Hello my lovely people, welcome to my channel. My name is Janet. Today it is a 15-minute express cardio Pilates workout, all standing with no equipment required. There will be no jumping as well, so it's perfectly safe for the knees. We'll start off with some toning work and then move into a bit of cardio at the end. As always, if you like these sort of workouts, please let me know by leaving some comments below, liking this video, and definitely subscribing to my channel. Now just find a bit of space in the house and let's get started.
All right, team, let's get started. Standing position. We're going to go into a wide squat with the arms opening wide when the legs open wide. Stepping side to side. Today, each move is 50 seconds long with a 10 seconds rest, or you can march on the spot, or you can continue on with the move if you don't need that rest today. Good. Keep your core switched on always as you're moving side to side there through that body. Great, just waiting for that 10 seconds rest if you want, otherwise you can keep moving that same movement. The next move is a curtsy, stepping that one foot behind the other, dropping down into your legs, bending it nice and low, arms reaching up above the head. So just go as low as your knees will allow you to go. And of course, remember you are just warming up through the body, so if your joints are not quite there, quite bendy yet, just take your time and just do a mild squat down with those legs. But you're taking that inside leg far behind the front leg. And take that 10 seconds rest. All right, we're going to be balancing on that right leg now, working a little bit through your core. Arms up above the head, tummy muscles pulled into the spine. Same leg, same knee, and then the opposite arm pulling down. So left leg is the one lifting off the ground. Left arm first, then right arm crosses the top. So you're using your oblique muscles and side crunches, working through the waist of your body. And slight bend in your right leg to balance you. This not only works out your core, but also works the balance a little bit. Keep those two arms raised above the head. And then when the foot comes down, it's just a light touch with the toes onto the ground. Not too heavy. Good. That works out your leg muscles at the same time. We're going to work that right leg a little bit more with balancing. So hands just clasped. We're going to do a little squat with that left leg and then lift that left leg up. Right leg bends and then slowly push with the back toe and then squeeze through your left glute. Try to elongate your hamstring as the back leg lifts up high to about hip level or a bit more on the diagonal. Depending if your balance is feeling not so great today, you don't lift the leg as high, but make sure it's done in a very slow and controlled manner. Your right leg generally feels that strain as the body lifts up, arms pressing back behind you, elongating out from the crown of the head all the way down to those tippy toes. Good. Give it a little bit of rest, maybe shaking out those right leg. We're going to go into a lunge position now. Arms staying up above the head. We drop the knee, and then as we come up, we open up the arms wide. So knee drops, arms above. And then as you stand, arms open to the side. Starting to work through your shoulders a little bit as well. So take a good long stride with the back leg. Your 2 feet are side to side rather than behind each other, so you're not walking on a tightrope. But imagine you're standing on 2 train tracks with the right leg slightly in front and the left leg behind. Notice how I'm staying on my tippy toes on that back foot. And my knees drop to 90 degrees at the front and at the back. You're working through your quads as well as your glutes at the same time. So multiple muscles activating. Good. You might need to just shake out that right foot if you want. All right, facing forward, we're going to start to focus in a little bit on your arm and shoulder work. Arms extended, bringing it forward and out. Like you're hugging a tree, narrow tree to a wide tree. So my arms are relatively straight with maybe just a minor bend through the elbows. Try to remember to keep the arms nice and high to shoulder height, or maybe even a little bit higher, but not lower, because it starts to relax the arms a bit too much. Good, working through that back muscles at the same time, squeezing that back a little bit. Arms will stop just beside you and just give it a bit of roll or shake if you need to. All right, we're about to do circles with the arms. So the arms are coming back to about shoulder height, forward and back. Pull the belly button right into the spine because you want your core to switch on so you don't move the torso about. A lot of times in class, people start to do circles and they start to move their torso and bounce with it at the same time. So you want to keep that body nice and still and just isolate through the shoulders. All right, halfway mark, we're going to just roll the other way. So we're going to go 2 directions. We went forward and back. Now we just reverse the circling. So whichever way you started, that's fine. Just start to reverse those circles out. Starting to get a little bit of heat and burn through the shoulder joint, you should feel. Great, give that shoulder a bit of shake out. Let the lactic acid just remove from that. All right, the arms are going back up to the shoulders. We're imagining we have 2 circles at the end of the hands. You're going to go over and under. Strike the fingers together. Over, under. It's like you're doing 2 C's at the end of your hands. 2 CC's, 2 Chanel's, 2 CC corn chips. Whatever works for you to imagine those 2 C's at the end. So no, we're not just turning from the wrist. The wrist actually stays pretty still. It's at the top of your arms that you're working through that circular forward and back motion. Different from doing circles because you stop and then you come back the other way. Stay to shoulder height. Don't forget, as we get tired, we tend to loosen our arms down beside us. Good. All right, roll those shoulders out. We're going back to that balancing, but this time is your left leg holding. Slight lean into the left, arms up above the head. So right knee, right elbow. Then the opposite left arm comes into that right knee. Keep light on the toes. That toe just touch down quickly. It's like just dipping its toe a little bit into cold water, nice and quick, and then it comes back up. You're not leaning on that right leg at all. All the tension is leaning into that left leg. Remember, there's always a slight bend in your balancing leg because you want to start to work through the stabilizers and build your muscles in the balancing leg. Over time, it will get better. Focusing on something that's not moving, just start to lift. Good work. All right, facing towards that left side. That left leg is in front now. Right leg is going to go into lunge and lift. So hands clasped, back knee drops down to 90 degrees, and then we push with the back toes. Lift up through the torso and sweep the arms back as your body comes into a diagonal or a bit more horizontal. Diagonal line is a little bit easier to maintain, slightly more Horizontal is obviously harder for the balance and harder to control. And again, you don't have to lift that leg up very high. It can just slightly come off the ground if you're just trying to work on your balance over time. Great team, have that 10 seconds rest. All right, we're going into that lunge position. So keep that back leg behind you, up on your tippy toes with the right leg. Drop the knee down. As you come up, sweep the hands beside you. Start to work through those shoulders as well. Or keep working those shoulders because you've already worked them. That back knee almost touches to the ground. A few centimeters off the floor is where you're trying to find the depth. Again, if your knees are a little bit funny, you don't go as deep. But check your alignment that your front knee, when it bends, it stays at 90 degrees and no deeper. And it stays a little bit behind your toes because that keeps your joint safe and allows you to use it longer over time. Good work, team. All right, shake up the leg if you need to. Let's go back into a little bit of cardio work. So we're going to go quickly step back, arms reaching forward. It's like a jump over the puddle. Arms push forward as you're jumping over the middle. So step wide about 1 meter or so, and then you're just tapping lightly with the leg to the side. That's it. Side to side we go. Awesome. Pick up that body and just move that quickly as we're just trying to warm up and lift your heart rate a little bit here. Arms sweeping forward and back. That's it. All right, marching to one side. We're going to do a double step touch and lift the inside leg. Arms sweeping wide. So a little bit of step, step and lift, step, step, lift. Of course, low impact, you're just doing a light step. For a little bit more impact, you're going to jump in the middle. Like you're galloping over. Arms sweeping up. Only 2 more exercises, team, after this. Bear with me. Let's try to get this done. Complete the full workout with a quick stretch at the end. Step, step, and in. Step, step, and in. Not much longer to go. Quicker than a snooze. Step wide. All right, good. Marching on the spot there. Just keep that body moving now for the rest of the class. All right, we're going to do this shuffle movement because it is definitely there to lift the heart rate. So swinging your legs side to side like a pendulum, and then I'm going to move the arms up and down at the same time as my legs swing side to side. This looks a little bit sporadic, but it's very good for you. All right, swapping one leg to the other, punching the arms up in the air. Try to get the arms nice and high above the heart because that's what helps lift the heart rate. It is quick, but it's still controlled. So you're not flailing about, you are still working with purpose. The arms are shooting up high. Good. All right, marching on the spot. This is your last move. So let's make it a little bit more dynamic. We're going to go low into the squat. We're going to go thighs, shins, and then kick up. So touch, touch, kick, opposite hand reaching to the foot, alternating which leg is kicking. Touch, touch, kick, touch, touch, kick. Obviously, some of you can go lower. You can go knees, ankles, kick. Knees, ankles, kick. Otherwise, you stay up a little bit higher. You go thighs, maybe shins, then kick. Again, the kick also is dependent on how your mobility is feeling today. You may not kick as high as your hip level. But if you're feeling very zesty, you've only got 20 seconds or less to go, let's start to work a little bit faster and with a bit more dynamicness in your body, if that is a word. And then I'll just give you a quick stretch and send you on your merry way. All right, 10 seconds. Just a rest. Let the legs open out wide, lean into that right leg, stretch out your inner thighs. Good, and shift that weight over to the left side. We've gone right, now to left. Turn towards the right, back foot straight, stretching out your calves, hamstrings, and then take that left arm across the chest. Just stretch out your shoulders at the same time. Good, face the other way. All right, right leg is pushing down, and then your right arm swings across the chest. Keep that shoulder low. Arms extended, lift up the chin, just open up through the shoulders. Feel free to do a little bit more extra stretch. Otherwise, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.